we are going to decide the best moment in World Cup history from an LAFC player, past or present.
We're assuming this is what Travis meant. He on this package, it just said LAFC best ?
Right. He's been sending us very cryptic messages with every dispatch. It seems like he is okay this time. We've been worried in the past. This time his handwriting seemed a little bit less shaky. So we're going to take that as the only sign we can, which is that he's doing great.
Yeah, at the very least, his blood sugar is better.
Come home soon. Where's he been? He's been in New York. He's been in Paris. He's been in Hawaii. I mean, you got to go to the ends of the earth to find this stuff.
Yeah, and in the top secret FIFA World Cup vault,
right,
which he so graciously was able to smuggle stuff out for us to watch this. And again, we're just going to honor his wishes. He's not dead.
Exactly.
I want to reiterate that.
We're
honoring his wishes.
Mentioning.
He's not dead, though.
It's his final wishes from his travels.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a continuation there.
Yes. He'll have more wishes when he comes back.
From the dead.
Well, just like home.
Right.
Okay. We partnered with YouTube to access the FIFA archives and highlight the biggest moments in World Cup history for LAFC and MLS fans like us. This is the Happy Foot Sad Foot World Cup Crazy Wall. Hello and welcome to Happy Foot Sad Foot, your LAFC gateway drug. I'm Darren Miller.
I'm Vince LaRosa.
And we are back with our third and final World Cup Crazy Wall, where we dig into the FIFA World Cup archives, thanks to our partnership with YouTube, and thanks to Travis's international investigation of the archives. And we find some of our favorite stuff that you guys might like. So far, we've covered a sort of El Tráfico prophecy that occurred in the 2018 World Cup.
Yeah, you were Doc Brown. I was Marty.
Yeah.
We went back to the future.
And we covered the best World Cup goals, MLS players only. Now we are back with our last World Cup Crazy Wall. We are going to decide the best moment in World Cup history from an LAFC player, past or present. Now, if you watch our first two World Cup Crazy Wall videos, we have dug into a few of these already. So let's just real quick recap those, shall we? Let's start with that weird El Tráfico prophecy game. That was in 2018, where both Vela and future LAFC star Son Heung-min scored, as did Chicharito, many of our favorite
San Antonio striker, or what is his new team now?
Yeah, Dallas.
Dallas. Oh, my bad.
I was going to say one of our favorite El Tráfico villains, but
yeah, sorry for the stray.
Now
San
he's just
Antonio.
your favorite. What's the USL team?
Brand new USL team in North Dallas. Gotta love it.
Or pundit.
I thought he was actually pretty good as a pundit.
I did too. I was impressed.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really didn't want to. Anyway, so Vela has a PK, which is, I guess you could say, garden variety World Cup moment, but he does bury it, and he's pretty clinical with it, and that's a pretty big moment.
People miss penalties, Darren. Messi missed a penalty this last World Cup.
More than one, I think.
You're right. So
I don't know. This isn't about Messi.
So I mean,
we don't need that to be right.
Vela 1-for-1 better than Messi. Duh.
He's batting 1,000.
Yeah.
We don't know. Has he had any other chances?
Nope. That's it.
That's it.
1 of 1.
Sonny also scores kind of garbage time in that one match, right?
Yeah, but banger.
Beautiful goal. That's a banger. This is a banger right here.
Yeah.
He creates space, and it's like exactly what... It's like a textbook Sonny goal. So that's a nice goal if we're going on. I think this is, as you watch this video, you're going to have to decide, do we care about impact or importance, significance of the moment, or just like how great of a play it was in the moment? So that's that. Right. Sonny, of course, also had another big significant moment in that same World Cup, advancing Mexico into the knockout round in his last... Could you say last second goal from a long ball against Germany to spoil their chances?
Like one of the weirder but cooler goals you'll ever see. Like the stakes that were happening. I mean, the ball is turned over by Manuel Neuer. Not turned over like he passed it to Sonny and Sonny scored an empty net. Manuel Neuer is 75 yards from his own goal. And then Sonny ends up finishing 3 yards from that same goal. And Manuel Neuer nowhere to be seen in that moment. Like it's a crazy goal. Like
that's a crazy goal.
If you didn't have the video and you just listened to me explain that goal, I would love for you to like draw how you thought it happened. Because it is one of those goals where like you'd have to see it to believe it.
That's like a whiteboard goal, yeah.
Yeah. And you have to put like a little dot, turn over Neuer, like an X there. And then literally like there's a touch and long ball, 60 yards the other way, Son dotted line, just running as fast as he can.
To be honest, barely gets to it and barely gets the angle.
Yeah, he's still got
an impressive
work
finish.
to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 2018. We've also covered our favorite goals from MLS players in World Cup history. We saw the Gareth Bale goal against the U.S., which also featured another former LAFC giant in Walker Zimmerman, which still, in my opinion, is a very significant moment in the World Cup for former LAFC players due to the top-knot on top-knot crime that was that moment of the slide tackle on the box.
Just know how much
by a top-knotted Walker Zimmerman on a top-knotted Gareth Bale. But ultimately, I think Gareth Bale scoring on the resulting PK with a top knot is a bigger moment for top knots than Walker Zimmerman had in the rest of that tournament.
Well, I mean, Walker's team they went to the next round, at least. I don't know. That'd be
true.
That's an interesting debate. Gareth Bale scoring Wales' one and only goal of the tournament. Yep. By the way, first time they'd been to the tournament since 1958.
Okay, big moment.
One and only goal. They'd go out in that round. Walker obviously gives up that penalty, but his team advances. Who would you rather be? That's a good question.
What else did Walker do in that tournament?
Does it matter? He played. He went to the next round. His team succeeded.
Well, if we're going to say the nomination for this award that we're giving out is like just his presence in that World Cup that was successful for the team, I want to know if he earned it.
Whose top knot do you like better?
Gareth Bale.
You would.
Because it's the better one.
I'm not loving the shaved underneath.
I can't say I love top knots in general. I mean, I don't know.
You just dabble. You're a hobbyist.
Sure. Viewing top knots. Yeah. I'm never participating.
Yeah. You're a connoisseur, but you don't participate.
Of course I'm a connoisseur.
You're a voyeur of top knots.
I'm a voyeur. But Walker Zimmerman was an important player for USMNT in that World Cup.
Yeah.
That's the same World Cup where we tied England 0-0, which is sadly one of the highlights of USMNT history.
And Christian Pulisic busted a nut to score a goal.
I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah. I guess that is what he did.
That's a real thing that happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's actually the technical term.
It's a technical term for something, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, he was in a lot of pain. So,
which is generally how that happens.
That's how you describe what happened. Yeah. Let's move on. That covers Zimmerman. Who else we got?
We have to give an honorable mention to one. And this is one that maybe people forgot because we're going back even farther. And I know that, Darren, you and I, we are, again, like historians when it comes to World Cup. But there might be a lot of people that have forgotten. In the 2014 World Cup, Stephen Beitashour was on the Iranian team.
Okay.
And why might have they forgotten? Well, unfortunately, he did not play a minute. However...
Okay. Tough nomination here. He was there.
He was there. He got
yes, this did not come in the archives because the archives are of things that happened in matches.
Yeah. We looked. We did not find him, but we have it on good authority. He was there.
He was on the roster.
He was on the roster. He got to go. I mean, free trip to Brazil. Played in a World Cup.
Lovely. Lovely.
I mean, again, not played in a World Cup. Was there in a World Cup.
Would have gotten a medal had they won that World Cup.
Yeah. They scored one goal.
In the tournament?
And had 1 point. Well, I mean, one of the teams that beat them was Argentina, who went to the final that year. And the player that won the game against them was Messi. So, I mean, something to tell your kids about.
Sure. Yeah. That you sat on the bench against Messi.
I mean,
honestly, not a lot of people
close to the World Cup than we've ever gotten.
Yeah, it's better than I could ever say.
Yeah.
Better than I could ever dream of, honestly. Okay. He's in the mix. He's in the mix. We'll allow it. 2014, you said?
Don't. You're going to hurt me now.
If we're going to 2014, I think there's a bigger highlight from former LAFC players in that World Cup. Is there not?
Yeah. That was a pretty big story. It's also
Chiellini played in the World Cup in 2014.
Yeah,
that was his final World Cup.
Did on the team and played. Important distinction.
So a step up so far, yes.
Because he had to be on the field for this to happen. Unfortunately, this is the moment we're talking about is also the last time that the Italian national team has featured in a World Cup.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's how wild this is.
Both Chiellini and Italy's most recent World Cup moment is Chiellini being bitten by Luis Suarez, who now plays for Miami in MLS, in a worldwide controversy. That's crazy. Huge moment for LAFC future.
Yeah, future huge moment. Somehow they just missed each other in MLS too, which is so interesting. Like by a year.
That is crazy. Yeah, there was never that big like, oh, let's see what happens when they play together again.
Yeah, Giorgio played in the MLS Cup final and then was like, maybe I should get out of here, probably knowing the big bad wolf.
They're talking to Suarez. I'm gonna get off here.
I have to say though, I remember when this happened, and there was calls for Luis, because Luis Suárez had a history of doing bad things. I believe also had a history of biting players. This was not his first offense.
I think it's well documented now that he's even kind of been open about, like, he just has an oral fixation that he's been kind of battling for a long time. There was a thing in Miami where he like bit his own player during a celebration, like accidentally.
No, that's
like
against
a weird
LAFC.
Impulse.
There was a
really?
There was a little bit of scuffle, and a player's hand got near his mouth, and he just bit. And then he realized, of all people, it's Jordi Alba. That's his own teammate. So
and good friend.
So as we've been learning with these World Cup episodes, LAFC plays into every major moment of the World Cup and world football. But I remember when they talked about it, they were like, look, he's done this before. He should be banned for life. I think he was only ended up being banned for like 7 games, but there was a real call for him to be like, it was, to your point, sad that it's Italy's last, performance in a World Cup, but they lived on for quite a while afterwards because there was a lot of talk about this moment. Oh, poor Giorgio.
So I think you need to continue to decide, like, what is it that they're really voting on here for why these moments matter and what should be decided as the best moment. And if you're following along, in the comments, we're going to ask you to give us what your vote would be. Of course, you should watch till the end to get them all and properly consider all of the nominations. But now we've got some interesting side doors to consider.
If you're fans of us, you very well could be.
People
Giorgio
like the side doors in this particular environment, yes.
Yeah. You're following us.
I might go for this one. I don't know.
Yeah, now that I've laid all the context for you? No.
Let's say
we'll let the people decide.
You and I will each have a pick, and we could agree, but we'll see who wins in the comments too. Okay. Can we keep going with some nonsense, or are we done with nonsense?
No, I think we can be serious now. I want to put one out there. I think it's a good place to start when we become serious, and not just because it's front of mind because it happened just recently. It did also happen here in Los Angeles. Again, we just want to remind everyone, all roads from the World Cup lead through LAFC in Los Angeles. This is clear. We know this. Just take my word for it. But Stephen Eustáquio, LAFC legend, clearly.
Yes.
Arrived at LAFC on loan from Porto, needed some minutes before the World Cup, and look what we did for him. The man scores an absolute banger against South Africa.
This was a beautiful goal. So this is maybe the best combo so far of great goal, important moment.
Mm-hmm.
This was in this World Cup. I'm going to say, though, I don't think we've moved on from nonsense if I'm looking at this. First of all, I don't know if this technically should count, given that it's not World Cup history. It's still this year's World Cup. So that could be disqualifying. And I don't know if we can even look back at this and say that he was technically on the team at the time.
They sound like
given that he's not now and he hasn't played since then. He played his last match for LAFC before that goal. I guess he's still a former LAFC player at that point, right?
But also, what is the number one rule of our show?
Be as dumb as possible.
No. That is second.
No?
That's secondary. Okay. No, we always start with this because we start, we start at the
number
top.
one rule is if it's cool, it counts.
Nailed it.
Is that it?
So it was very cool.
It was very cool.
I'm counting it.
Yeah.
Here's how we know. Have you seen Stephen Eustáquio Forever in Black and Gold? I don't think I've seen that post.
Oh, interesting. Is he playing for Porto?
I mean, they're not playing any real games yet.
Interesting.
So
there's still a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
You're saying there's a chance. All right. Okay. He's in the mix. We'll count it. What's next?
Well, if we're actually being serious now, I think these are the moments. These are the players in which I think from one of these two, we're going to have to say without a doubt that as an LAFC player, current and or former, these are the absolute pinnacle of World Cup. Where do you want to start?
Oh, we're going to France, huh?
Yeah, we are.
Well, we're not going to France. I don't know how you would describe this. We're talking about France.
Talking about France.
Okay. So there's 2 players here. So Hugo Lloris has won a World Cup with Olivier Giroud. Obviously, Hugo Lloris is a more important LAFC player in the history of LAFC.
Come on.
So if the 2 of them are battling
for a goal in the Open Cup?
That's true.
In the Open Cup final?
Has he scored a goal at all for LAFC?
No. So, hey.
Where's the goals, Hugo?
He's had plenty of time.
I think this is tough because if you're on the straight and narrow judging this and trying to make your pick for the best moment. And you're like, no, it just has to be like winning the world, lifting the trophy is obviously the thing that beats it. He's a current LAFC player. He's huge for LAFC. These are huge moments that he had in the World Cup. Now they're kind of like, they're splitting votes and they're head to head on the same team. It's hard for Giroud to really beat Lloris here. In 2018, they both won the World Cup together and they both played in the next World Cup as well. But 2018 is really where their big moment is.
Well, because they won.
We do have one clip from the archive of a beautiful Lloris save from that World Cup against Belgium.
I'm glad that you pointed out
save.
This save. Like that with the player, with the traffic, the player's back to him. Like you don't know what's going to happen in that moment. He's going to spin around. He's going to hit it.
Toby
Alderweireld, former teammate of Hugo Lloris and Son Heung-min at Tottenham.
Oh.
It's kind of why the World Cup is really cool. When you like all the connections and the national teams with the club teams and everything. Great save though.
That was a 1-0 clean sheet win. Is this true? It was in the semifinals?
Oh, it was. You're right.
Wow. I didn't realize Belgium had made it to the semis.
I didn't either. So without
that's a huge save.
Yeah.
That's a huge save.
Without that save, they maybe don't go to the final.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. He got a shutout in the final, right?
Who? Lloris? No.
Oh. So what you're saying is he's leaving the door open a crack.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Olivier Giroud.
So Olivier Giroud, 0 goals in the World Cup, but he has...
But he tried really hard.
An assist here. This is a beautiful assist, I'll say. Mbappe scores. Also, if you want to fast forward to 2022, Mbappe gives him a beautiful assist as he finishes with his head in 2022. How did he do in 2022? Let's expand this. Let's say it's Olivier Giroud in the World Cup career.
Before we do that, just so I can really hammer my point home, Kylian Mbappe has visited BMO Stadium and watched an LAFC game.
That's true.
I cannot stress this enough.
Yeah. Do you have the World? Does the World Cup even exist without LAFC?
I don't think so, because
influence?
I'm also seeing another player, Paul Pogba. He has also been at BMO Stadium.
Has attended a match.
I'm just saying, like,
I mean, yeah.
If you are a global superstar or a budding global superstar that wants to win a World Cup or do big things in the World Cup, maybe come to LAFC. At least watch a game.
That's a good point. If you wanna have done something important in the World Cup in the past, maybe visit LAFC. If you want to time travel.
Yeah, at any point in your career, you might want to come to LAFC.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Kevin De Bruyne.
Sorry to go back on my tangent. I really had to make sure that was clear for everybody.
No, I think that's important.
You wanted to, so 2018, he doesn't have a goal, doesn't have a shot on target. He starts in 6 out of the 7 games that France plays in, wins a World Cup.
Okay.
So all great.
Also with an assist, and Pogba scores a goal that he's basically is the reason the goalkeeper can't see and the reason that it goes in. I think it's fair to say.
So he's doing what you're saying is he's doing the little things.
He does, yeah. Which he really did at LAFC in a way that was completely infuriating because he didn't do the big things.
Well,
we all know very well that is not enough.
You want to be infuriated. Fast forward to 4 years later, because 4 years later, Darren, he actually scores 4 goals in the 2022 World Cup. France, once again, going to the final. As we all know, lost to Messi in the final. France went to back-to-back finals. Hugo Lloris also on that team, on the losing side of the penalty shootout. But in that World Cup, Olivier Giroud, 4 goals, which is 1 more goal than he scored in his entire MLS career with LAFC. I don't think that docks points from him, but of those 4 goals...
I do!
I'm just saying.
Not here. No, I got you. Yeah.
His second goal just happens to be his second goal of the match against Australia to open the tournament, ties him all-time leading goal scorer in French national team history with Thierry Henry. We've heard of him. He's kind of a big deal. And then to defeat Poland in the round of 16, scores the only goal. So much like the Hugo Lloris situation, where if he doesn't make that save, maybe they're not going to the final. Giroud doesn't score against Poland, maybe they're not going to the final. He breaks Thierry Henry's record. So he had already won a World Cup. Then next World Cup scores 4 goals, and of those 4 goals, he is able to break a pretty big record for the national team. He also scored in the quarterfinal the game-winning goal against England. That's pretty good. Everyone knows
he's got a case. He's got a
case. Scoring goals are cooler than stopping them, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, it's harder. Okay. Can't score goals with your hands.
I think we've got a case made. So these are interesting. Are there any others?
Well, unless
we're done here.
Should we go back and try to find some more Beitashour footage?
Yeah, we can see Beitashour.
Sorry, Beta.
Just
you
like
shouldn't
cheering.
catch strays. Beitashour, great player for LAFC. I take it back. That was mean.
Well, no, you know what? Maybe it's worth bringing Beitashour back up because how little he featured in the World Cup But how important he was in the history of LAFC does kind of shine a light on how little importance Olivier Giroud had when the potential was so high. And maybe that's a disqualifying characteristic of Olivier Giroud in this competition. I don't know.
You were tying yourself in knots in order to do this.
I don't know if I can in good faith put my vote in for a player that had that little positive impact on LAFC, especially when it was supposed to be such a big positive impact. So I don't think that Beitashour, he gets points for his LAFC impact. So these are all the things, just to recap everything, like
just to consider.
Consider what you're giving points for, right? Yeah. There's how fun the moment was. There's Chiellini getting bitten. Maybe not the best. Maybe that's not him scoring a goal.
Yeah, not necessarily fun.
That's fun.
How
Vela important that player was in LAFC history, and then to contribute to LAFC history in the way that they did, and contribute to World Cup history in whatever way they did. And the combination of all of these things, just is it a banger? Is a good question to ask.
Sure.
Only a couple of these candidates can answer that question with a yes.
Vela being the first active LAFC player to score a goal in the World Cup.
Huge.
Now we can debate if he's the only one, because Gareth Bale scores in the 2022 World Cup. He did retire right afterwards after helping LAFC win MLS Cup. So technically LAFC player, but retired, didn't play again for LAFC.
But also we're talking about the highlight of him winning MLS Cup for LAFC and the highlight of him featuring in the World Cup are literally the two things he did in that year.
For his team in the first time in 60 some odd years. Yeah.
Yeah.
In 60 some odd years. And then also, we've already debated it a little bit. Eustaquio could be technically counted as a current LAFC player, possibly. It depends on what you're...
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I guess he could come back. Yeah. Okay. But Vela being the first is huge.
These are all things to weigh.
And then, of course, let's not leave without saying, Sonny, multiple goals. Here's your current LAFC star. Big moments.
As we all know, he forgoed scoring goals in this World Cup so he could save them for the restart of LAFC season. That was
nice of him. That was big of him.
Yeah, clearly that's what he was doing.
He's like, I got to get my LAFC count up.
Yeah,
so I got to not. The logic does not work, but the goal not as important against Mexico. Banger though. The goal against Germany, both very good goal. And fun and impactful and current LAFC star. That's points for him.
Okay.
And then we've got, what you could presume are the finalists here, the most likely to win, just given the fact that their performances in the World Cup involved them lifting a trophy, which is tough to beat. And Olivier Giroud and Hugo Lloris. Vince, it's time. Let's each put our vote in and let everyone else do the rest in the comments.
Oh, this is tough. Because becoming your country's all-time leading scorer. Yes, you didn't win the final, but you went to the final. You started those games. But at the end of the day, the dream you have is to be the player that gets to walk on the stage with the trophy in your hand, your teammates behind you, and be the first one to lift it in the moment. Captain of your national. You're right. That's captain of your national team.
We have said a number of times on this show that captain doesn't matter.
I have. But if you're the goalkeeper and they make you captain, it's got to be saying something, right?
Yeah.
I think ultimately, I have to be serious in this moment. I think ultimately, captaining your country to a World Cup is unbeatable.
Yeah. I think I will go with Lloris also, but I think I have a surprise close second for me that people wouldn't expect. And I think for me, a close second is Carlos Vela.
Oh, okay.
I think his significance to the history of LAFC and what he's meant to this club matters so much. And the World Cup appearance is a tentpole in his career, which is part of what makes his part of LAFC history so impactful. He is who he is partly because of this height that he reached playing in the World Cup. If his goal had been a better goal and more impactful in the World Cup, it would have been closer. But it's just a pen. But ultimately, I think Giroud's disqualifying for me. He's not being considered on my end at all.
Wow. Not even at all. Oh,
Chiellini, close third.
You would.
Tell us what you think of the comments.
What do you think Travis would pick? Chiellini for sure.
Oh, yeah. Let's give Travis Chiellini. So that's 2 points for Lloris and a point for Chiellini. Let's see how many points they rack up in the comments.
Yeah, we'll let you guys decide. That's a great way to wrap up our World Cup special.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching these. This was really fun to make. Thank you to YouTube and FIFA for partnering with us to give us access to this. Travis didn't have to break into the vault. They did unlock it for us.
Yeah, we had the key the whole time, guys.
It was really cool to do these. I hope you enjoyed them. Hope we can do more stuff like this in the future. And we'll be back with an LAFC pregame or postgame real soon. Anything else?
And don't forget, all roads to the World Cup lead through LAFC.
That's the real takeaway here.
I'm just putting it out there.
That's right. The World Cup is LAFC. LAFC is World Cup.
Yep. Maybe the World Cup was inside us all along.
The real World Cup is the World Cups we made along the way.
Nailed it.
That's right. I love you. Bye.
Bye.